Good evening, ladies and gentlemen.
Good evening.
And welcome to the historical site known as Cicely Tyson School of Performing and Fine Arts. My name, as they said, is Goldie T. Burbidge. I am sometimes referred to as Mrs. B and sometimes as Lady Butterfly. As you can see, my jacket has butterflies. It's my honor and my privilege to be with you this evening. It's really an auspicious occasion. I can remember being 92 years old, perhaps the oldest person here in the auditorium. I can remember when East Orange was a suburban city, predominantly middle class and upper class. We were known for our Central Avenue, which was referred to as the Fifth Avenues. We also had our first African-American mayor elected in 1970, Mayor William S. Hart Sr. He took office before Mayor Gibson. Mayor Gibson did not take office until July 1st of 1970. So please be advised, Mayor Hart was the first. I have the honor and the privilege to be here this evening to welcome and introduce the 13th mayor of the great city of East Orange, Mayor Lester E. Taylor III. Mayor Taylor came to town, took no time at all in becoming a member of the Historical Society of the great city of East Orange. It was because of Mayor Taylor that we, the members of the Historical Society of East Orange, are now incorporated. We are a 501c3 tax-exempt organization. So whenever you want to make a donation, remember, we're tax exempt. Without further ado, ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only Mayor Lester E. Taylor III, the mayor of the destination city, the great city of East Orange. Please stand and give a round of applause to Mayor Lester E. Taylor.
East Orange? I kind of wanted to hear that Jay-Z keep playing a little bit. To my pastor, to our pastor, the Reverend Dwight Darnell Guild from the New Hope Baptist Church of the great city of East Orange, thank you so much for taking time to MC this program this evening. To Mrs. Goldie Burbidge, Mrs. B, thank you for always being a true friend, not just to me, but to our entire family. You have truly welcomed me to the city of East Orange, and I'm so happy to be part of the East Orange Historical Society, and I will continue to be a part of that great organization following your lead. So thank you again, Mrs. B. I would like to first give all the honor and glory to God, because through him all things are possible. And I want to truly thank my family, my wife, Bibi, my son, LT, who calls himself the little mayor of East Orange, my daughter, Lena, who calls herself the big mayor of East Orange. She's the youngest, so I can't quite figure that one out. To Amani, to all of our family, it truly does take a village to make this happen, to provide me the opportunity, the flexibility, the leeway to be apart from my family so often. And so while I might not say it enough, Bibi, it truly does not go unrecognized, the level of support that you provide me and our children. I thank you, and I love you for that. Please clap, please clap, help me out, come on. I want to thank my parents, Lester and Eunice Taylor. I'm 43 years old, and they're still, it's like playing football or basketball. They're still coming to all my games. And so I thank them for coming up here this evening and sharing this great occasion with me. Thank you, Mom and Dad. I want to thank the East Orange Board of Education, Dr. Kevin West, for hosting us here this evening in this wonderful facility. It is truly through a free, high-quality public education that East Orange will set the standard for urban excellence. Dr. West, I thank you and your entire team for always being a partner since you've been here in the great city of East Orange. To members thank the East Orange City Council, our chairman, the Honorable Ted Green. I thank the entire East Orange City Council for truly being partners with me throughout my entire administration. They have been a collaborative body who have worked with a team-oriented spirit to help get things approved that are presented to them. And I thank the City Council for working with me from day one and accepting me into this great city. And I also want to give a special thank you to our chairman, Leroy Jones, the chairman of the East Orange Democratic Committee and the Essex County Democratic Committee. I want to thank all the members of the county committee for getting behind me 4 years ago. A person not from the city of East Orange, not born and raised here, for having the faith, for taking a chance to get behind this person named Lester Taylor, to get behind someone who could bring the future to the city of East Orange. And so I personally, on behalf of myself and my family, thank Leroy and the entire Democratic Committee for supporting my candidacy. And please give them a round of applause. I want to thank the residents of this great city for believing in urban excellence. I want to thank everyone in attendance this evening for taking the time of your busy schedules to join us. I want to thank you for your presence here this evening, because it truly is a testament to your interest and the stake you have in the city of East Orange. Before I go any further, though, I want to take a moment to recognize a special person, and I know Mrs. B will appreciate this given her role as the historian of our city. I want to publicly congratulate Dr. Richard Thaler. He's a recent winner of the Nobel Prize in Economics for his groundbreaking research in why people make bad economic decisions. Now, some of y'all need his help probably, right? His research influenced President Barack Obama's administration, and he was responsible for a 2015 executive order titled Using Behavioral Insights to Better Serve the American People. Ladies and gentlemen, Richard Thaler is from the city of East Orange. He was born in 1945. He was born in 1945, lived several years in this great city, and now teaches in Chicago. It's important that we know this. That's part of our history in this great, great city. Now, we're here tonight for my final State of the City address. We have received local, regional, national, international recognition and awards for creating innovative ways to deal with problems that are somewhat routine, but at the same time are perplexing to urban cities like East Orange, New Jersey, all across this country. So in East Orange, a great city where we have achieved what some may have seen invincible or impossible a few years ago, we did it through committing ourselves to being number one, to not taking excuses, to acting as if time is of the essence, for believing that the truly impossible really is achievable. My tenure as mayor has been built on the foundation of basically two promises, two simple promises, that I will work hard. Now, I've often said I will never be the smartest person in the room, but I'm going to outwork everybody in the room. And the second promise that I made is that we will function openly, honestly, and transparently with our East Orange City Council, with our businesses, and all the other stakeholders in our great city. And I made a personal promise as well. And the personal promise are the two people sitting right in front of me right now, Lester and Lena. He's 8 years old, she's 6 years old. I made a promise to them, they don't know it until now, but I made a promise that I want to be somebody that set a great example for my children. I want to be a great role model for them. I realize that everything I do is being memorialized somewhere, somehow, and in 20 years they might see it or read it. And I want to make sure they didn't see anything for the 4 years I was mayor that would give shame or embarrassment to them and our family. I thank you for this. See, my wife, Dee, who was raised in this city, loves this city, remembers how much this city has given her, remember how she learned how to fly in eagle flight, who got so much from our public school district, Dr. West. She still talks about her teachers and the aides and the parks and the programs in the summer. How she was so proud to come back to East Orange when she graduated from college and work for East Orange City Government and City Hall to contribute and give back to the city that raised her and gave her so much. We are happy. We are more than happy to share that love and share our love for our family and our community with the city of East Orange. To provide family-friendly activities like MacFest, the Mayor's Picnic, reinstating the Police Athletic League, many programs through our school. We have attended as many programs as we possibly could in our public school district, with the Boy Scouts at Elmwood Church, everything throughout this city, to quite frankly show our young people in particular that guess what? Just because I wear a suit and tie, I'm a regular person. And the reality is I want them to be motivated to not just want to grow up to be like me, but the reality is to give them the tools and resources to be better than me and better than everybody in this room here tonight. In fact, ladies and gentlemen, I've hired over a dozen college graduates, former East Orange public school graduates, to work for the city of East Orange in various capacities in my administration. And I'm not going to name all their names now, but I want to tell them, they all know who they are. They're probably under 26 years old in that range. But you inspire me every single day. Your passion, your commitment, your professional growth, your personal growth over the last couple of years truly makes me proud. And the reality is we are trying to create careers, not just jobs. And so I challenge you all to continue to work hard, to continue your education, continue getting certifications, so that quite frankly, you can one day be leaders of departments in this city, or maybe even be mayor of this city. So I thank you and I congratulate you for motivating me every single day. Now I stand here today proud to say that we have kept our promises. I want to share with you how we did it. Reverend Gill, Proverbs teaches us that where there is no vision, the people shall what? Local government, people, is the most powerful platform within which to create change and influence people's lives. In assembling my team of subject matter experts, I was reminded about what our former First Lady said about her husband being Barack Obama. And essentially, he knew what he didn't know. And so he was smart enough to get people smarter than him to help him lead the way for our great country. And so I was humble enough to be able to surround myself from the very start with dynamic subject matter experts on my transition team. People like Jerry Balmier from the New Jersey Laborers Union, Jackie Gradington, president of the East Orange Education Association, Marjorie Perry, African-American businesswoman in the construction industry, president of MZM Construction, East Orange resident, Sheila Coley, former police chief in the city of Newark, now a public safety director, and Vinnie Brown from the legendary hip-hop group Naughty by Nature. These people were joined by dozens of other people, many of whom were East Orange residents, to help us look at the state of the city as it was and give us some bold predictions and recommendations on how the state of the city should be in the future. They came up with recommendations like updating our master plan, updating redevelopment plans of our city, zoning ordinances, creating a comprehensive economic development plan and strategy to leverage our destination with our transportation system in East Orange. Develop a comprehensive branding and marketing strategy for our city. Develop a block-by-block approach to combat blight in an urban area. Improve police-community relations, particularly between our youth and law enforcement. Bring expensive functions, with all the respect to folks out there, like snow removal, back in-house, so we can save jobs for our people in DPW. Increase pay for our police officers and firefighters to make it more competitive to our surrounding areas and towns. Renovate our golf course to generate revenue. Provide more training. Some of it's simple customer service training to the 950 employees we have working here for the city of East Orange. And fix what was our broken water utility. Now, ladies and gentlemen, that list of 9 things is actually only a piece because there were more like 60 recommendations. And just those 9 could have easily took 10, 15, 20 years to accomplish. But they served as a foundation for what became the vision for the city of East Orange. That vision being that East Orange will set the standard for urban excellence and become a destination city. We started off by reading a book. All my directors were given homework. There's an author named Ken Blanchard, has a book called Raving Fans. We wanted to create raving fans in the city of East Orange. And so we had to talk about the 3 Ds that Karim Muhammad reminded me of yesterday at the golf course. The first one being decide. Decide what it is you want your company to do. The second D, discover what your customer wants. And the third D is to deliver more than they expect and plus 1% every single day. In the last 4 years, we have experienced an incredible paradigm shift and, in fact, a renaissance in this great city. Our 44th president, Barack Obama, once said that change will not come if we wait for some other person or some other time. We, everybody in this room, are the ones that we have been waiting for. And so with that vision in mind, I tasked our administration to be about transformational change, to radically change the way people perceive the city of East Orange. And we did it simply by changing how we did business, how we interacted with people. We provided training for all of our employees through our Human Resources Department in areas such as leadership development, customer service, ethics, and other technical areas depending upon their subject matter expertise. We decided, as Mr. Blanchard said, number 1, what we wanted to do. In March 2014, and continuing to this day, we have been